Hi, I'm Jennifer McClure, President of Unbridled Talent LLC, and I work with businesses and business leaders to increase their impact, grow their influence, and deliver massive results. Welcome to this edition of Ask Jennifer, where you can ask me a question. Anything related to leadership, career development, talent strategies, or maybe even a few questions in between, and I'll answer them. If you have a question you'd like to be potentially featured on an upcoming episode, just send it to jennifer@unbridledtalent.com and title it Ask Jennifer. But let's get to this week's question from Valerie. Valerie writes, Hi Jennifer, you recently spoke to a women's leadership group that I'm a part of on the topic of personal branding, which I found very interesting. So I thought I'd reach out to you and ask you a question about my career. I've been with my current company for almost 20 years and I'm currently the director of, we'll keep that confidential just in case. I'm going to turn 45 this year and I want to start exploring my career options. I'm not dissatisfied with my job. I just want to understand the marketability of my skills and what opportunities may exist. I'd love to get your perspective on how I can start this process without sending any signals or red flags to my current employer that I might be looking. Well, that's a great question. At some point in your career, whether you're 25, 45, 65, you're going to be thinking about potential other opportunities, whether that's internal within your company or maybe even external. And it's always good to make sure you're positioned for maximum success. In Valerie's case, after she sent me this email, the first thing I did, which is what most people do in today's world, is I looked her up on LinkedIn. And what I found wasn't much. Valerie had a great profile picture. Her title was listed, or all the titles that she'd held at her current company, but there was no summary, no keywords, no descriptions of what she did, or what she's done, or what she's accomplished. So if I were looking for someone like Valerie, the only way I'm potentially going to find her is if someone in her network recommends her. And if she's not being open to career opportunities outside the company publicly, then that's probably not going to happen. So one of the first things I recommended to Valerie, or the first thing that I recommended, was make sure that LinkedIn profile's up to date. You want to be found, not just for potential job opportunities, but maybe even for expertise requests from other people in the industry, from peers or colleagues, or potentially people looking to do business with your company. LinkedIn is a great place that you should look at as your online hub that you control and can include information about your background, your skills, experience, and should also include keywords that people might be using to search for someone just like you. So get that LinkedIn profile up to date. Second recommendation for Valerie was get that LinkedIn profile up to date. Recruiters will probably be reaching out to you then. And will recruiters reach out to you? Take their call. I know in the past I've done the same thing. I'm not interested in the opportunity. I'm very happy where I am. Hang up. But recruiters can be your friend, and they should be, to help you grow in your career. Now that doesn't mean that every time a recruiter calls that you have to take the interview or that you have to take the opportunity. In fact, recruiters would prefer that you don't do that if you're not ready for the opportunity or if you're not the right fit. But what they love is when people who aren't interested in the opportunity will at least share with them some names of people in their network that they think might be interested or who would be a great contact. Now that doesn't mean that you're giving up the names of your friends. That means you should truly be looking to help people in your network find great opportunities. Recruiters love it when people help them, and they certainly note that in your records in their system. It also might be a great opportunity to take the conversation to what it's like in your market. What's the skills that are out there that you need to have in order to be considered for positions with other companies in the future? Maybe even what it might take to get you to move so that they'll know that if they come across an opportunity in the future. Having a confidential conversation with a recruiter shouldn't be something that you avoid in your career because they can potentially help connect you with the next great opportunity. Third recommendation for Valerie is make sure you get out and get involved in your local professional networking association, maybe even the state or national level. But being involved does a number of things. It helps you to increase your network and get to know good people in your industry who may also refer you in the future, but also opportunities for you to demonstrate and share your expertise. Maybe you can be a speaker, maybe you can be a volunteer leader, maybe you could even be a panelist at an upcoming event. Certainly, when people are looking for people to fill jobs, they often turn to those professional associations because they assume that the people who are actively involved or speaking or being the leaders in those organizations are some of the best people in their industry to get to know. So get your LinkedIn profile up to date. Make friends with and have conversations with recruiters, and get actively involved in your professional networking associations. That shouldn't raise any red flags for your employer. In fact, it could potentially help you to recruit talent to your employer by being the great person that you are out there in the community and being associated with your current employer. So Valerie, I hope that helps, and I hope that potentially helps you. And remember, if you have a question that you'd like to be featured in a future edition of Ask Jennifer, just send it to me at jennifer@unbridledtalent.com, and I hope you are having a great day.